All right, guys, part two, back at the transit. I see some crazy stuff, man. They really touched this thing all over. So let me show you something. Okay, the connector, according to C263, I believe should have been like right here in the middle of the glove box. And the wiring harness is actually at the firewall. And the junction block here is a fuse block for sure. And it looks like it's in the wrong place. They even got a ground loose. I just kind of moved it a little bit to get it kind of tight, but I'm gonna have to come back and fix that. That's across the firewall, if you can see that. Can't make out a connector there, but it snakes around here. And if you see this big connector here, that should be here under the fuse block as seen in the diagram, and you can see that ground back there. Yeah, that ground back there is loose as well. I see this OEM style connector here. It's not plugged into anything. That looks like it's most likely going to be a power source for something. And also, if you look, appears to be there was damage all here as well, as you can see up in there, right? And the wiring harness for the data line indeed does run up this line here. So we're going to need to investigate this. All right, here, guys, you can see the path of where the yellow wire, where it runs. And this is the errors that were showing up in the ECM and the BCM. I forgot to include this. So you can see no communication with all these modules. And these are all on the high-speed CAN 2 network. Hey guys, here's what I did. I pulled out this cover. You see this? See this? This ground is firm. Look at this. There could be damage anywhere on any of this wiring. So what I did, I followed it here to where I got an easy spot. And I was able to find two CAN lines. And you can usually tell CAN lines because they're usually twisted. So, and this is our color scheme that we're working with. So one of these, or possibly both, and they might splice somewhere, should reach up here to the windshield, to the camera, where we have it here as well that we tested on yesterday. So what I'm going to be able to do here is test from here, back down to the gateway, and also to here, and see where the break is. So let's do that. Okay, guys, I just proved out our first cable. So the gray and blue, it coincides with the one here, the gray and blue. Got my multimeter on that, and let's give it a test. And you can see we got a connection at the gray and blue. Very good connection back to here, and this should go down. So let's test the other one. Okay, I've tested both CAN lines, the CAN high and low here and on there. And again, our battery is completely disconnected on the car. We don't need battery power at all to do this test. And we have both of these CAN lines proved out to the camera over here. So this is good. So the wiring is good all the way to here. So now we need to go down. And from what I'm seeing here, this might be most likely where our problem is going to be with all this mess up in here. So I don't know if the dashboard is going to have to come out or what. By the way, look at this, man. Just sitting here on the floor. Some connector, something been mangled. Look at this box. The AC blower box, destroyed. OEM style connector, completely unplugged. Option, something missing, don't know yet. By the way, guys, there is a front wiring tray right here, which could be where the connection is. I don't see anything like that, but here it is. Let's see if you can see that. Maybe from this side you can see it easier. That's it there. Right there, it snakes and it goes up. All right, I was trying to look back there, see if I can see anything, follow this down or anything. It's just too hard. There's not enough room. This dashboard is going to have to come out to be able to get to these connections and do effective tests, because the next step I need to prove from this connection here, this area, back to the gateway. This is where our problem is. So from here, we already know we've got a connection here. So the test we did yesterday should have proved out here. So that means our problem is from this area back to the gateway, which most likely means with this mess they did here, something is wrong here with the wiring right here. All right, guys, so on the transit, we're gonna have to see what happens. The customer decided they didn't want to continue on the diag. I tried to give them the medicine, man. I told them, you got to take that dashboard out. They were confident that no, whoever worked on it, they did a good job, but I let them know there's loose grounds, a lot of stuff going on there that needs to be done. So I guess they're going to go and see what they can do elsewhere, and I have a very good feeling really soon we're going to have to pick back up on that, and after they spend some more money unnecessarily. But it is what it is. I'm pretty sure there's going to be an issue under the dash because it's confirmed from the roof, the headliner, down to the pillar, there's connectivity. But then from there to the gateway, the OBD port, there's no connection. So it's broken. And this is with no power. This is direct cable. There's a broken connection in that path. So there's no way around it, you know. That dashboard has to come out. So it is what it is. So I'll update you guys. There might be a part 3 coming on this one. Hit that like button, subscribe. See you on the next one, guys.